Bryden, given our history together, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't record some kind of wrestling promotional video in regards to our championship match at the end of this week, the 28th of April, in the Tulloch Institute in Perth for Fair City Wrestling. And it's interesting as well, from our humble beginnings, here we are now as wrestling pillars in the East, both top champions in our respective promotions. And here you are, challenging for my FCW championship. I'm not interested in your championship. You could bring it along if you want and put it on the line. But this is about my championship, which you'll notice I don't have here to brandish and taunt you with. Let's just say the belt has had to go in for a little bit of maintenance. It turns out, Bryden, that somebody has been bringing that championship with them to the ring, laying it out in front of the wrestling audience, and then standing on the centrepiece, right on that FCW emblem, right through the championship, right through the heart of FCW, right into the core of Scottish wrestling, in an act of defiance. And that person is me. And I'll give you my reasons in a minute as to why I take that approach. I just thought I'd bring up a point, something that I feel you all need to know out there, the audience watching if you've made it this far. There's a lot of things that are similar about myself and Taylor Bryden. And there are a lot of things that are different about myself and Taylor Bryden. And one of the things that is different about myself and Taylor Bryden is that, Bryden, you've always behaved by the rules. You've always stuck to them and you always will. But me, I've always defied the rules and I've always broken them and I will always continue to do so. And so, why don't you come with me for a wee walk down memory lane as we look at the biggest joke, as they called us at the time, in Scottish wrestling. That tag team, that colourful, flamboyant tag team known as the Disco Biscuits. It was 2008 when the Disco Biscuits were formed by myself and Bryden. Back then we were a dynamic duo, two wrestlers who shared an exciting ring style. We also shared success, several championships, and defeats. Do you know why that is, Bryden? It's one of our similarities. We've self-handicapped for years. We let our glory be second and our hard work be first. Whilst we listened to the hype about younger wrestlers making a name for themselves, we were putting up the rings for them to wrestle in. When the superstars of tomorrow were on the event posters, we were the ones putting the posters up in shop windows. We wrestled frequently for the glorified ring crew that we were. We didn't air our dirty laundry and we worked as hard as we could. The same monotonous routine. We let ourselves take that role because we felt we were being respectful and modest, but we were fools. And it's why only now we meet in high-level play in Scotland. We've earned this, but it's too late for it to be what it could have been. I stand on the FCW Championship as it is a cold, hard reality check. You raise your belt high, I crush mine into the mat, as it's too late and too much of a burden when this glory could have been mine sooner. We gave up all of that. For the greater good of the business, we received nothing back. You know, also we too were compared. You were the wrestler and the athlete. I was the showman and the cheerleader. They tipped you for the stardom that we built for others. I was dismissed, almost as if I wasn't a real person. And it's my title you want now? You've had other tag team partners in equal success, just as I ended up doing as time would pass. We even tried to rebrand ourselves as the anti-meta when we would eventually team together again, and we wanted to show the scene that we'd changed. And you know what? Promotions kept up with our changes, but we were always reminded of our past, as if it was all we were capable of. So, really, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, we found ourselves fighting the same battles. I will say, however, you've kissed Sirius behind. But not because you had no talent. Quite the opposite. You're fast, strong, in the best condition, and full of aggression. You should be one of the most travelled in this country. You kissed up to make cool wrestling friends, but it got you nothing. I didn't kiss any arse. I just kept being me, and I outshined you. I kept true to myself all these years. This character, this showman. I was always the one they remembered, Bryden. You did all you could to fit the mould, and I chose to do all I could to break it, and that's what heads your way, Friday. That system breaker, that potent threat. I know what you'll do, and you know that I'll be unpredictable. If you know anything about me, it's that you should never get comfortable and try and predict what comes next. You'll be wishing it was that silly little cheerleader that was in your athletic wrestling corner than the man that stands now on the opposite side. For he is a martyr. He is a pariah. He is a monarch of ruin.